Boom, boom.
What did you do? What did you prove? What did you do? What did you do? What did you prove? What did you do?
Boom.
What did you do? What did you prove? What did you do? What did you do? What did you prove? What did you do?
Boom.
What you gonna do when banana juice come for you? Problematic top 5 and who got the juice? Throw away and I like to do. What did you do? What did you prove? What did you do? Banana juice, what did you do?
Y'all, please stand for the problematic anthem.
Juice?
What's up, good people? It's your boy Timo with the dance move.
And it's Tim the popcorn player.
That's right. And you are listening to
Banana Juice?
So thankful that you're tuning in again with your boys 2019.
Yes. Put the oil sheen in your hair and we'll take you everywhere.
Okay. That's what was in your heart this afternoon?
No, that was in my head. That wasn't in my heart.
Oh, okay.
It would have been better.
New Year, same juice. Happy New Year to everybody. You know, we about to do it big in 2019. Give y'all that juice consistently. Keep it dripping off your earlobes. Drip, drop. Drip, drippity, drop. No. So let's go ahead and get into our throwaways.
Oh, I love trash.
Tax season might not be that enjoyable, the time that everybody looks forward to, but you might be waiting because Trump has announced that he will not be sending out tax returns until he gets funding for the wall.
That's right.
Now, what makes me mad about that is just because the government shut down, you ain't stopped taking taxes out my check.
Right.
So if you're going to keep taking them, then, you going to give them. We're going to be up in there just like, how would students be better have my money?
I promise. That right there is just crazy to me. And then, like, wasn't Mexico supposed to be paying for the wall?
Yes, they were. They told him from the jump that ain't happening.
And why we paying for this false sense of security?
Right?
Like people ain't never jumped walls before or scaled wall. People climb mountains.
Right.
This wall is not going to be higher than a mountain.
No. And my thing is, like, if they want to get here, they're going to find a way to get here.
I mean, they're swimming across big bodies of water to get over here.
So my thing is, can we just find a way to make them citizens? I mean, because, statistics have shown that a good number of illegal immigrants still pay taxes.
Right. Just stop them at the border and give them a math test or something like that.
Well, you can't give them a test that the president couldn't pass. So you gotta
or like, hey, you want to keep me out the country? Put Sally Mae right there talking about, hey, need that student loan money.
I'd out the country then.
I'd be like, no hablo inglés.
Right. I mean, I bet you say like, hey, if you come to America, you got to put on this "Make America Great Again" hat. Their people's like,
you know what?
That's okay. I'm just going.
That's okay.
You know what? I can bathe with Sprite. I don't need clean water.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
I'm good.
Narcos is a good show. Hopefully I get in as an extra or something like that. It's all good.
But talk about hitting you where it hurts.
Chris Brown. He's apologized, unlike some horrible people. He's apologized, and he's tried to make a good go of his life, I guess. But good news for him. Starting off the new year, very productive. He signs a new record deal that allows him to own his old masters and own his own masters. So even like the Future was so like that's big. That's I think the first artist that I remember hearing about that doing that. What Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney, Prince, Jay-Z, and so he becomes the youngest artist to own their own masters.
That's
and
awesome.
I think that's really cool and a testament to really him just sticking that thing out, because he got a lot of bad press. He gets a lot of jokes. You know, he went through a very dark time in his life, and I think that he's starting to come back to where he's not so loud on social media. You know, he's not the whole brisk breezy thing.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get back. He's trying to get back. So congratulations to him.
Okay. And speaking of young and sticking that thing out, surviving R. Kelly.
Wow. I'm not going to lie, y'all. I'll be keeping 100. We kind of talked about some of these transitions, but that was not in the notes. What?
I'm just saying, like, it may be, the transition may be shocking to y'all, but it can't be half as shocking as the stuff we done found out about R. Kelly.
Oh, my goodness.
In this series. Oh, my goodness. And it's 2 more episodes.
Yeah. I mean, some of you have probably seen all 4 episodes. The both of us are 2 episodes in. I kind of started watching the 3rd episode, but this joint is a hot mess. And it really, to me, it makes the I Admit It song, it makes me so angry to think about it now.
Like, what, 15 minutes of lying.
Yes. 15 minutes of just flat out lying. The only real thing you said on there was,
I can't read.
yes, that's about it. I mean, like, look, man, ain't nobody feeling sorry for R. Kelly after this. Actually, we will talk about that a little bit later, but y'all, this joint it is. I've never been more upset watching something than I was watching Surviving R. Kelly. And I watched the O.J. Simpson documentary. I watched the Trayvon Martin court case. I watched the them come back saying not guilty. I've seen all of that stuff, and nothing.
Yes.
This
has been the most disturbing thing I've seen. Look, we okay. This is the end of the throwaways, y'all.
So those were your throwaways.
I love them because they're trash.
All right, now let's
okay.
Because
we it's so much we have to talk about.
Yes, the Surviving R. Kelly is now the main squeeze.
Okay, so first and foremost, okay. All these grown men that were with him, seeing all these underage girls, and like, how horrible are you of a person to where you just let this stuff happen?
Yeah,
around you, like nobody was like, hey, get these little girls out of here,
right?
Like, first of all, okay, y'all mean to tell me that y'all were intimidated by R. Kelly to where you all as grown men, some of y'all were like hired to protect R. Kelly,
right?
Like bodyguards,
yeah.
And y'all mean to tell me that y'all saw this going on and y'all didn't choose to protect these little girls?
Right.
Like, that right there is the most disgusting thing I've ever. And the fact that the cameraman kept rolling on these folk, like the one guy that kept saying like, I didn't check IDs or anything, like, but they were babies in my eyes. Like, first of all,
you should have said something.
Why are you even talking about checking IDs? Like, y'all ain't the club. Like, you know how to tell if somebody is underage or not.
Yes.
And the places that they kept taking are second of all, the places that you kept taking him.
High school.
Yeah, like he was going to the high school. Y'all were taking him to the mall where he was literally going there to pick up underage girls.
Like that's ridiculous. And like even driver. Let's talk to you for a second. Sir, when he says, hey, take me back to my old high school. Like, oh, word? You gonna go see your teachers? No, I'm just gonna park out and look for some girls that I like. And then for the men to go, he's like, hey, go get that girl. Hey, Mr. Kelly wants to talk to you. You know if they in high school.
Right.
They just cutting it close regardless.
And you giving out his number.
That
to
is
these girls.
So strange. At that point, if you're the driver, wherever you say take me next, nah, fool, we going to the police station. Like, that's where we going.
Right.
I got to give a statement.
You got to pull that Dave Chappelle thing. I got to make a quick stop.
Right.
Gun store, liquor store. It's like, pull up right in front of that jail cell.
Yeah, like, hold on, I got to use the restroom. And just pull it to the police station. Like, nah, but hey, I got this pedophile in the back seat. Y'all have to go get him.
This is like something, like, I know, like, we're making jokes, but in all honesty, like, this is serious. Like, why weren't you doing these things?
Yes. And I put a post on Facebook about this, where basically how a lot of people, we do this, we victim shame. A girl comes out and says, a man did this to me, R. Kelly did this to me, and we say like, well, why are you saying it now? Why are you coming out now? Why you just want money? Okay, well, let's look at these men who sat there and watched these women, not even women, these little girls be taken advantage of. You can talk about consent like they wanted to do it or whatever. You can argue that if you want to, but the point is, it was a child. It's a child. They don't really know what they want. They know that it's a celebrity,
right?
And really they wanted to be famous, and they thought this was the way to get it. But my thing is, you have all these people who get paid to keep their mouth shut about this mess, or you don't even get paid to keep your mouth shut. You see stuff and you decide not to say something, because that's your paycheck. He signs your checks, and then now that people have muted R. Kelly, he ain't getting no shows. People aren't putting his music in films. You know, he's gone broke because he couldn't read his own contract, fool.
Right.
And now you want to do these interviews for Surviving R. Kelly. Why? For a check. So let's stop saying that these women are gold diggers, are sack chasers.
These dudes,
and all that. These
that
dudes,
were there.
Y'all are the gold diggers. Y'all are the irresponsible ones. R. Kelly is a monster. But you know what? The demons who protected that monster deserve to be in jail too.
Right. Y'all were accomplices.
Yes, exactly.
Like you saw it happen and you let it happen. And not just that one time. Like, these people are talking about multiple accounts. So you saw it happen more than once.
Right.
And you chose to still be around them. You chose to keep letting that happen. So it's like, what the heck?
Even the Aaliyah thing. First
of
all, I thought that he met her when she was like 16, and then later I found it was 14. But I thought that he married her when she was actually 18.
He met her when she was 12 years old.
12 years old.
And she's singing about age ain't nothing but a number.
Right. And that's the thing. People like, it was all in his music. Like, that's what was based off
all
of facts.
of it was in his music.
She sings that they forged a marriage certificate.
The dude is like, I just wanted to go over there and talk to her and hug her.
Why do you want to just take her away?
Right.
Why do you want to just call the police?
Why didn't you object to the marriage?
Right. Look, his brothers told you from the jump that R. Kelly was a punk. He just stayed in the room. He just stayed in the house.
Right.
He was crying because people making fun of him because he couldn't read. Like they told you from the jump all that, but you afraid of this man?
First, like the thing I wanted to talk about also was the fact that in the beginning of it, it's like they try and make you sympathetic towards R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the show tries to make you. I'm saying like the people that are talking about his background.
Yeah.
You know, like saying like he was touched and molested as a child, and like he couldn't read. Like, first of all, miss me with that. He couldn't read mess.
Right.
Because like, yeah, as a child, when he's not doing this stuff, when he's not being a sexual predator to little girls, like, yeah, I could feel something for him then.
Right.
But like, he's making money.
Right.
And he's going to high schools to pick up little girls. First of all, if you're going to a high school, you need to be meeting with a teacher.
Yes.
Not with the students.
Right.
Because you need a tutor. Like, all these opportunities he had to learn how to read. Like, so miss me with that. Like, that's not going to make me sympathetic for this man at all. And with all the money he had been making before they censored him or whatever, like, you had every opportunity to learn how to read. Yeah. You chose to spend your money on other things and not on the education. So obviously that wasn't important to you.
Right.
What was important to you was being a predator and like taking advantage of little girls and their dreams and their aspirations to actually make it and like get out of like their environment and see like their dreams come true. You shattered their dreams. You emotionally and physically abused these little girls, and like I don't care. I don't care if people see you as a musical genius. Whatever. I can live without hearing another R. Kelly song.
Right.
In my life. Like,
right. If we keep it funky, I
like,
really can live without hearing another R. Kelly song, especially after this. Especially after and that was the argument that, okay, here's another thing. Like, I'm so tired of people caping for R. Kelly by bringing up stuff that other people have done. First of all, people keep bringing up Hugh Hefner. So Hugh Hefner was not molesting women. Hugh Hefner owned a porn magazine.
Right.
A porn magazine. And women went to Hugh Hefner for a porn job.
And they weren't underage.
No. They weren't.
They were women.
Yeah.
Like,
if there's a situation that I don't know about, then okay. But
right. But
he dead.
Like, all these things, first of all, I hate that it took so long for people to like see these different things that R. Kelly was like throwing out and flaunting in front of them. Like, it was in plain sight. The first thing that, like, and I was young, like, the first thing that was like red flag was the fact that every time after he was in the news for doing something wrong and being in trouble, this fool puts out an inspirational song. And everybody just forgives him for it.
Yeah.
First of all, the I Believe I Can Fly song. Okay. The stuff with Aaliyah happened before that. Then he puts out I Believe I Can Fly. Like, we just gonna forget that he married a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old at that time? I don't know.
Right.
We gonna just brush that under the rug? Second time he gets in trouble. What was that song he put out?
World's Greatest? Was that?
That was Wiley, but no, that was like later. He put out
that whole gospel album. What people were calling a gospel album.
He put out the I Wish song, talking about his mom dying and stuff like that. Yeah, his mom died. That was sad. But like, bro, you was in trouble again, and now you putting out this song. Got in trouble again, and you gonna put out the gospel song. You saved me.
You saved me from this charge. He's so disrespectful.
I'm like,
so disrespectful.
Are y'all serious? If you actually are listening, like, he's talking about all the people that have really just put his stardom before his crimes.
Yeah.
And it's like, gave me a second chance. You gave him a second chance to hurt these little girls again.
Right.
Like, I don't get it.
And to go back to what I was saying, like us, like really, because his fans did give him a second chance. That was something very pointed that one of his background singers said, like, really, we made it seem like it was okay for him to do this. And even now, there are people who are still making it seem like it's okay because they're bringing up Elvis and him marrying a teenager and Jerry Lee Lewis, I think.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: those people married those underage girls, which was still wrong.
Well, hold on. They were in the thing. They were saying how it was wrong.
Yes, they were.
They were saying how,
on social media, people aren't saying it's wrong. People are using that to defend R. Kelly. They're like, I mean, like it didn't ruin their legacies. I mean, actually, yeah, some of it did. Now, it didn't ruin Elvis's legacy, but when you some of these other folk, it absolutely
Jerry
did.
Lee Lewis, it ruined his because he married his cousin.
And then the dude who the director dude who married a young girl, but then left her for his stepdaughter, for his adopted daughter.
Oh shoot, I can't remember.
Woody Allen. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Woody Allen. Like, folk wasn't really rocking with Woody Allen films after the whole thing with you getting with your adopted daughter. And so it did stain their legacies and ruin some of their legacies. But also, none of that has to do with what R. Kelly was doing. R. Kelly was, he was married and still having sex with underage girls.
Right. And then
still being not just having sex with underage girls, but then being controlling.
Right.
And manipulative. And then one girl almost dies because you give her mono and you send her mama a check for $1,000.
$1,000.
And then you write the Michael Jackson song.
You Were Not Alone.
You Were Not Alone. You Were Not Alone.
Based off
I sent some cash for you. Though I'm far away, that money will make you stay quiet. That might as well should have been the lyrics to that song.
And then the second problem I have is, like, this guy was so into being, like, bigger than life that he flaunted the fact that he was a sexual predator. He called himself the Pied Piper of R&B.
Yeah.
They pointed this out in the thing. Like, being young and hearing him call himself the Pied Piper of R&B, I was like, hold on, ain't the Pied Piper the dude that, like, went away with all the village's kids?
Yeah.
Like, he took all the kids away. So now this guy is saying he taking your kids.
Right. And we just missed it. And so that brings me to
no. And then, like, okay, this is the third thing. The third thing, okay. So after that sex video, y'all notice that R. Kelly started wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing that he was getting off on was, like, he was saying that you couldn't really see him in the tape, and it wasn't him.
Yeah.
So he flaunts that, the fact that he got off based off of that, and based off of the parents, and he starts wearing a mask in the Step in the Name of Love music video to hide his identity. Looking like a bandit.
Yeah.
Meaning he done took something else, and it's nothing you can do about it. You just gonna keep dancing to these hits, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Y'all, we don't really advocate. We don't advocate for certain shows and all that stuff all the time, but you got to watch this Surviving R. Kelly on Lifetime.
Right.
Do yourself the favor and just go ahead and check that out. But you brought up something that kind of brings us to a conversation that was being had like a little bit in 2018, but it still continues a little bit. Just about like how you can go without hearing another R. Kelly song.
Right.
And so the thing is where we talk about muting R. Kelly, and the question is, can you separate? Well, it's a two-part question. Can you separate the art from the man? And also, does this disqualify him from the conversation of the king of R&B?
I'm looking at this stuff, and like just all that's going on in my head is like Killmonger's voice. Is this your king?
Right. Right.
Like, this is your king?
Right.
Right here? Like, nah, that's okay.
Yeah. And my thing is like I have become one of those people where I can't separate the art from the person. Now, to be honest, the Cosby Show was a little different, just because like that kind of played a part in raising me, I would say, and like just my views of what I thought was possible. But even then, like I don't more so put that on Bill Cosby. I put that on like the episodes and the things that I learned from that. And A Different World is just something completely different. I don't put that under Bill Cosby's umbrella. But I haven't seen the episode of the Cosby Show in a long time, and I'm okay.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I haven't listened to a Kanye West track in a long time, even old Kanye. And people say like, well, no. But even when you listen to an old Kanye song, you know what people say? Man, I miss old Kanye.
Right.
So even then, you're proving that you cannot separate the art from the man who makes the art. And so I think for R. Kelly, especially when you're given what he's singing about.
Right. It's like when you hear, like you see all that, and then like you go back and hear the song. It's just like when you get older, the stuff you see on TV, it's like, whoa, like it takes a different meaning. Like your eyes are open to more stuff now, so you catch like that double meaning in like shows like SpongeBob or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like now that your eyes have been open to like what R. Kelly really has been doing, even though like it's been said throughout the years that he was doing this stuff
A lot of times.
But now that you actually see his victims coming out and saying it, well, let me say, the survivors coming out and saying all this, like now you're like, oh shoot, like, and you go back and you listen to Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, and you're like, oh wow, like Aaliyah was talking about going all the way with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Like this is stuff that's like sickening now.
Yes. Like I can't even listen to that song. I can't listen to that song anymore. Like knowing, because really that didn't really pop into my mind until I saw that episode of Surviving R. Kelly. I was like, oh snap, she does say that is her song. And I think I also wasn't computing that it was Aaliyah, but like, yeah.
And then R. Kelly was even giving y'all, like in all his music videos, he was giving y'all a piece of how he is. Like even in Sparkle's music video, she said like he ran all of that, like how her hair was supposed to be, like what she was supposed to do, what she was supposed to be wearing, and like how they would act out different scenes. And then you look at R. Kelly's character in that.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting on the couch, not doing anything, playing the role of the abusive man.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, like, the first lines of his verse 2 years ago, didn't know you had male friends.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, just showing you he jealous.
Right. Letting you know from the rip.
It's like, hey, this man is already showing you his true colors.
Yeah.
So I don't know how else you supposed to take it, but that right there is like, okay,
Yeah.
like
it's just one of those things like, mm-mm. And so, like, when you look at the King of R&B conversation, like, it's really hard to find like what we would call a true king of R&B, but just because like all of them have some type of issues, you know, Usher out here burning women, Chris Brown beat a woman, not beating women, but beat a woman, but still like the stain is there.
Yeah.
It is just like who would you call the king? Like, when you think about voice, when you think about legacy, and I mean, some people just brought up John Legend, and it was like,
so far he the cleanest one.
But
You gotta think of his hits. Nutmeg. That's a holiday tradition in my house. Like, that song has to play around the holidays.
He would be like the John Kerry of if we count him king. Like, if John Kerry had one president, that would kind of be like John Legend being the king of R&B. But the same thing is, and even that mindset, you know, like, does he have great songs? Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah, he has great songs. Does he have classic albums? One.
No, he got a couple.
A couple classic albums?
Yeah, definitely his first
One,
2 or 3 were great.
Great. I mean, they as far as does his voice sound good? Yes. Are the songs okay? Yes. But when you're talking about smash hits on them,
There were hits. There were hits on
Get Lifted was
Evolve. There were hits on
Real talk. I didn't give Evolve a good listen. So you could be right, but I didn't give that a good listen.
But that was like,
in it Evolver?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But it was like Good Morning.
I didn't like Green Light.
Good Morning. I love Green Light. That was really good.
I didn't like Green Light.
But like Good Morning, Green Light. He had some other songs on like it's been so long since I've listened to that one.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, and then the one
I'm trusting you on this because I didn't give Evolve a listen because I did not like
the one
Green
before
Light.
that. Like, he had so many great songs like Maxine.
Okay, that was good, but that was more of a jazz album to me.
I get
That wasn't
what you're
really
saying.
an R&B. I did love that album. That album I did love, but
like,
it was I didn't put it under the category of R&B.
Like, I get what you're saying, like how sometimes his style changes up, like to where it seems more, it gives the feel more of like a different genre.
Yes, kind of like Prince.
Yeah, like Prince. I get that.
Whoa,
that.
not saying John Legend is Prince.
Not saying that.
Like let's make that clear right
saying like
now.
how he can change his style up to where the feel of the album feels different than like the original category of where he first came in.
Right.
Like, I get that. But yeah, like, in all honesty, like, John Legend he's just one of those people that puts out like great music.
Yeah. I just think that we need to admit that the king of R&B just might be multiple people, and it's Boyz II Men.
I can see that.
You know,
I mean,
Boyz
II Men had classics, man.
They're the kings of R&B. You know, like think of a Scandal. You can't. You know, you can't think of a scandal. Think of a Boyz II Men song that you hate. You really can't think of one. They're really good.
I can't think of one right now that I hate.
They have some songs that were just okay.
I can think of songs that I'm like, I don't like. I could do without that song, but I can't think of one that I'm like, I hate that song.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, I think it would be Boyz II Men. Now, if you're talking about, is there a current king? No, I do not think that there is a current king, one who is like a newcomer who is a current king. I think that there are a bunch of people, you know,
that are trying to come for the throne.
Yeah, that are coming for the throne.
But
it's okay not to have a king right now.
Right.
I mean, it's okay. But my thing is, the king of R&B and the president of the United States currently can't both be trash human beings. So let's make sure that before we start calling people kings, we check that background. We do a background check. Let's vote.
Let's get them fingerprinted.
Make sure ain't no red flags.
Let's
popping up.
Let's go through this with a fine tooth comb and make sure that our pick is good.
Right. let's not rush to this, okay?
Let's make our decisions great again.
Yes. Yes. We saw what happened when we
don't just hop on something and just be like, yeah.
Right.
Like,
right. And then people like, but what about the hits? Just like, what about the emails? But what about the hits? They don't have as many hits as R. Kelly. They also don't have as many hits when it comes to the Nextdoor app.
They also don't have to go around the neighborhood and say, yes, I'm a sexual offender.
Right.
They don't have to do that. So yeah, that kind of negates the hits.
Right.
Especially when he's telling you what he's been doing in those hits. So are they really hits or confession tapes?
Come on. Y'all, so that was the main squeeze. Tim, it's time for you to tell the people who got the juice this week.
Okay, so the person who has the juice is Adwick. He's an 11-year-old boy that saved a 34-year-old man from drowning in the pool in their apartment complex in St. Paul, Minnesota. Now, this guy was 100 pounds more than Adwick. And he dove into the deep end of the pool and saved this man. Like, it's just the craziest thing to me. Like, just all this different stuff that you're thinking about, like when you're put into a situation like that and just being able to, you know, just think, hey, I gotta save this person. And the fact that this 11-year-old boy that only weighed like 80 pounds and like really just going to save a grown man from a swimming pool and being able to do that, like it like I thought that was an amazing story.
Yeah.
So, Adwick,
you got the juice now, man.
And now, what you've been waiting for? This entire show, hey, yo, a problematic top. Oh, so this week, since it is the new year, 2019, we are going to give you the top 5 celebrity resolutions. Let's get it.
Number 5, Walmart finally opens up another line.
Man,
just tired of waiting to check out with your 5 items and there only be one line.
Oh my goodness, it's so annoying. And then even the self-checkout, it'd be like 5 of them that don't take anything. Like,
right.
You got them shut down.
Like,
why?
Are you doing cash or credit card? Like, doing like credit card? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, this only takes EBT.
What?
Like, why you ask? Why you ask?
Number 4, R. Kelly wants to learn how to read in 2019. Yes, learning how to read birth certificates. Because this man, he is so trash. And the fact that he constantly uses that as a reason for all his transgressions. Bruh, like, so you mean to tell me you bonding over these little girls because y'all on the same reading level? Is that what you trying to tell me? Y'all got the same number of AR points, so that's what's attracting you to these people? You'll get your ignorant behind out of here. Learn how to read. Learn how to tell a grown woman from a child.
Learn how to read the crowd.
Right.
This ain't right.
No.
Number 3, Tim gets over left and right twitch.
Yeah.
Never.
Yes.
Never.
Tim, you got to do it.
This, clearly, y'all know this was not a resolution I wrote.
Yes, but it's one that must be had. We can't keep going over this left and right twitch thing. It's not that deep, man. It's not that deep.
I shall not be you.
Don't be so stubborn.
I have a dream
Nah.
that left and right twitch will not be separated or segregated. We need integration of left and white twitch.
Left and white twitch.
You know, them two, they make white chocolate twitch.
You just on there Martin Luther King.
They need to be integrated. I'm sorry.
Yo.
Oh, black and white twig.
What?
Hey,
Yo.
hey, you
Black
heard it here
History
first.
Month. Black History Month.
You heard it here first.
Call that John Dream Twix. Put a black Twix in, put a regular
You
Twix
heard
in
it
there,
here first.
and a white Twix in there. Bruh.
You heard it here first at Banana Juice.
I have a
We
dream
did it. We did it.
Oh, man.
I have a dream Twix.
And all of them come king size.
Oh!
Yo, Twix, cut the check. Cut the check.
Hey,
Cut the check.
hey, we out here making dreams come true. Come
Yeah.
on now.
Cut the check.
Come on. Something good is gonna come out of this. Something good is gonna come out of this.
Look, if y'all don't get a Banana Juice episode next week, Twix cut the check and we quit.
I'm telling you.
We living off that Twix money.
So right now, this is for all the people who tried to tell me to stop talking about left and right Twix. All right? Do you see what good comes of not giving up on your dreams and standing firm on your beliefs? Stand with me, people. Great things can happen for me.
Number 2. Jacquees finally writes an original song. I'm so tired of this brother coming up with these covers saying that you the king of R&B, but yet you up here trying on other people's clothes
Right.
and singing all these songs that you have not written. You redid what, Yo by Chris Brown, Candy Rain, like you and ruining these songs.
And he like even
Ruining these
in
songs.
his pictures, like he like did the Tupac pictures.
Right.
In the, like is
Look.
there anything original about you?
Real talk, y'all. It literally took me. I did not real. Him saying he's the king of R&B. It literally took me at that point to look at all his other videos like, oh snap, I thought that was Quavo back then. Like real deal. I was like, yo, Quavo can kind of sing. And when I thought it was Quavo,
He
but
do
now that I
look
know
like
that-
Quavo.
but now that I know that it's an actual, you're an actual R&B singer. I'm like, oh, this ain't trash.
I thought you was a rapper turned singer. I thought you was another T-Pain.
I'm about to give you a pass, boy. You better get up out of here with that.
Like, oh, you just a singer doing covers? Like, so you a tribute band? Like, Take your tribute band career out of here trying to
Right.
be king or something. Nah. And number 1, let's crown the true R&B king.
Yes, in 2019.
Everybody knows it's Jerome.
That's right.
Jerome in the house.
Yeah.
Yes, Jerome in the house.
Jerome in the
First of all,
watch him house.
I'm just saying, Jerome, he had the hit. Don't you know no good? Okay? Tell me you can't hear that song and not jam out to it. He the true R&B king. I'm just saying, don't you know no good? Don't you know no good? Don't you know no Jerome is the king of R&B. Not Bobby. Not Robert.
Not Ronald. Not Usher. Not Chris. Not John.
But the true R&B king is Jerome. Let's give it up to him. Give him the crown.
So that was your problematic top 5 of the week. Hey, look, let's keep this problematic top 5 going. If you have a celebrity that you think needs to have a resolution in 2019, go ahead and hit us in the comments. Go ahead and say what resolution you're looking forward to whatever celebrity you have, because you know we had to cut some off because we said we were leaving some people alone.
Yes,
And
like
so
Post Malone taking a bath.
We are we're good. We're so if you got them, you give them. Also, don't forget to go to thisisbananajuice.com.
Yes.
You can see you can actually see us recording and giving you this podcast. We have some uncut stuff before we push record on the computer. You know, we video all of that, so you can take a look at that, get some laughs with us there. Make sure that you check out the merch. Got some new prices. Get yourself a t-shirt. Get yourself a hoodie. Donate to the boys. You know, look, it costs money to do what we do, but you know, we do it because we love it.
Right.
But we also do love money.
Also, donate to the I Have a Dream Twix Fund.
Yes.
We are going to start that.
Yes.
It's a movement, y'all.
It's a real movement.
It's a movement. Let's do it.
Yes.
You know, it's January right now. Think we don't have Sarah McLachlan in here to sing over this, but let's donate.
Yeah.
You know,
In the arms of a snacker, make some twists.
if you donate 30 cents a day,
in the hands of
we
a
can make the dream
diabetic,
come true,
make some twists
where there will be
for me. In
multicolored
the
Twix
arms
in one
of a little
package.
child, make some twists
And you can have infinite snacks.
for me. In the
Please go to
hands of a young
thisisbananajuice.com
make
and make your donation today.
for me.
Be the change.
Y'all, we want to thank you so much for rocking with us on Banana Juice. Until next time, it's your boy Timo with the dance moves.
And it's Tim, the popcorn player.
Banana Juice.
Out.
Juice.